there's a reason people love rom-com movies, and it's those like moments like that. So I think the show needs to kind of like get back to the roots, make it a little more like a rom-com type thing.
Abigail and Noah will be another one where we'll see how they play out. They don't really get any screen time. They've just kind of been in the background, and they had one freak out a few weeks ago, but then they've been going strong. They seem cute, but I just don't know if it's like, again, just riding the paradise wave, or if they're having serious conversations. We wouldn't know because they don't show us. So
yeah. So did they not show much last week too?
No, they had one, like Abigail had one freak out over them because she was like getting emotional or getting worried like that they weren't moving they weren't progressing, and are they just like friends, but they decided to like make more of an effort with each other. And then this episode, I feel like we just like saw them in the background like in a hot tub or something at one point.
I know Noah as well, so I am curious to see how this one plays out. I actually don't know what happens between the two of them.
Okay.
But I've heard of Abigail from people. I don't know if their personalities match up, to be honest.
Ooh, cryptic. I like it. We'll see.
Yeah. Or maybe like values is the right word.
Oh, who has better values?
We'll go with that. We'll go with that one.
Speaking of feeling uncomfortable, Kendall is there with Joe and Serena P. Her whole journey's been a little shaky. She seems to not be over Joe. Joe is very into Serena. I felt bad for Ivan having to sit there with her watching them. Unclear who was in that spot first, but somebody needed to move.
Yeah, so I'm friends with Ivan, so I gotta have my boys back. But I felt for him in that situation. Just, I mean, like when he tried to like kiss her and was kind of totally denied.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
He seems like such a nice guy. I'm sad that he
like
hasn't had an established connection.
He is like the sweetest guy. And I can understand. I mean, I can't imagine being down there on the beach with an ex. Like let's say Kaylin and Dean like didn't leave.
Yeah.
And instead they just came back and like enjoyed paradise. I would have been out of there so quickly. I'm not going to sit here and watch this whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I get it. I think the thing that kind of like caught me off guard a little bit is I forget the guy who she was talking to, but she was the one guy asked her like, oh, did you guys like break up recently, or when was it? She was like, yeah, I mean, it was like a year and a half ago. So like kind of recent. Like,
yeah.
It
was early 2020 from everything I know.
That's like a decent amount of time ago, right? Like a year and a half's a long time to get over someone. And were they engaged or were they just dating?
They weren't engaged. That's like, they weren't engaged, but they lived together. And it was like almost 2 years they lived together. And then he decided he wanted to live in Chicago and she didn't want to move. So then he moved back. And then they like, I think almost got back together, but didn't. And it just seems to be like, he very much closed the chapter. And she, I don't know what they knew going into it, like if they knew each other was going to be there. I mean, who knows? But I feel like she regretted going the second she got there and saw him with Serena, but is just trying so hard to prove to herself that she can do it. But it's just, poor girl needs to it's not going to work, I don't think.
Yeah, I think at a certain point, you kind of just gotta leave. And maybe that's what happens next week. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it is tough. I feel like regardless of when you and your ex broke up, to see them dating someone else and happy, especially in like such close quarters and being involved in like a show and, you know,
being asked about it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm sure she's getting asked about that all day in interviews and stuff. So that is tough because it's just so repetitive and it's like, I'm over it. But I think like those are feelings you kind of need to sort out for yourself. And I did feel bad for Ivan in that situation just because it's like he probably felt very confident in her. And then I'd imagine like she maybe wasn't expressing all her feelings in regards to Joe to him until like that moment. And he was like, oh, wow, like this isn't like what I thought it was then.
Yeah.
You know, and you can kind of see that in his face, right? It's just like a little bit of a letdown moment. So we'll see what happens next week, but I feel like she'll probably leave.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think Joe and Serena, what I am liking about the situation is Serena, I loved what she said, I think to Wells, like, it's hard when your ex is around 24/7, but like she's lovely and it's like not her fault. Like, I feel like it's nice to see her not hating on Kendall, not being whatever, and they're not trying to pit them against each other. It's very much just awkward, and that's very real. And you had them, saying the first falling in love with yous of the season, I think, which was very cute. I don't know if 23-year-old Serena from Canada is moving to Chicago either, but they're cute.
Well, let me talk about that. The show needs to show more of those like love moments. I love that. I love that. That one, like, I didn't tear up. I was like, oh my God. I feel like that is, those moments are what people really like about the show. And I think the drama's great and everything, and it's fun to watch every once in a while, but I feel like it's been very repetitive over the last few seasons of Paradise, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette. It's just like the same drama, and it's in a way like a little bit predictable.
Yeah.
But it's those moments when like someone says I love you for the first time, and it's such like a vulnerable moment too, and you can see it in Serena and Joe too. They're both not good at expressing their feelings, and then for her to say it and not know how he's going to respond, and then to like get it back in return, I was like, yes, let's go.
It felt very real, but also like rom-com-y, but real.
Yeah. Because to a certain point, like all the drama and stuff, it just gets away from like the point of the show, right? And for sure, it's like a reality TV show. There's going to be drama. There naturally is. But I think there's a reason people love rom-com movies, and it's those like moments like that. So I think the show needs to kind of like get back to the roots, make it a little more like a rom-com type thing. Because I think that's what people like really enjoy seeing, what brings them back, right? Everyone loves love, It's true. And they got a lot of crap for how catty Matt James' girls were, Peter's girls. I feel like it was like extra tough with the no love stories, but then we had that perfect season with the Tayshia Claire, because we got the drama with Claire, but then we got like the love, and she had a love story too, but that was also more just like insane. And then you had Tayshia kind of have more of a traditional way for it to play out. So it should be interesting. I think a lot of times it's just the dudes on The Bachelor don't know how to handle the catty girls in the house versus The Bachelorette. The girl usually maybe can handle and the guys aren't as whatever, but who knows? I mean, it's been a wild group of people that they've had the last couple of years. Yeah, no, for sure. But yeah, I loved seeing that moment of Joe and Serena. Serena's very, very cute. I didn't, obviously very happy for them if they're together, but I didn't, she was on Matt James' season, yeah? Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I mean, she just like a very cute personality, and I do like the two of them together.